What's going on, Socialites? Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to another Global Pokemon Society Draft League battle. We got a divisional matchup here between two teams that usually do pretty well. Definitely two playoff teams from season to season, but both of them find themselves at 0-3. So this is definitely a must-win for both teams here. We got Paris Saint-Germignon and the Driftveil City Dragapults getting ready for their game. PSG picking up Garganacl this week. So we see Garganacl, Iron Hands, Staraptor, Rotom-Mow, Klefki, and Banette for them. The Dragapults made a couple moves as well, getting Rotom-Frost and Lycanroc to go along with their Kingambit, Salamence, Arboliva, and Delibird. So they got rid of their Trick Room team this week, the Farigiraf and the Rapska. See if those changes are enough to give them the win here. Trumpets are playing as Arboliva comes out. Going up against Klefki. PSG getting rid of Glamora to pick up that Garganacl. I like that pickup. Definitely PSG needed some bulk, and Garganacl is all about that bulk. Dragapults, on the other hand, going a lot more offensive and speedy here. Klefki setting up the screens. Big Earth Power from Arboliva, but not enough for a 2-hit KO. So it looks like Klefki will be able to get up both of the screens here, and then maybe even get off another attack. I do think the Dragapults typically put Brick Break on their Kingambit, so that could be something that they would have. Well, that's interesting. Don't know why the Energy Ball there. Klefki's going to be able to get up a Spike now. So we should see the Earth Power here to get the knockout. Oh, Klefki barely survived, so it's going to be able to get up 2 layers of spikes. That is huge. Now, the screens have taken a few turns off, but with Light Clay, Klefki will have plenty of turns of screen support. So the Energy Ball is going to knock out Klefki here. But Klefki did so much, getting the screens up and 2 layers of spikes. The Raptor's gonna come in. Can probably get a pretty safe U-turn off here if it wants. Or it could just try and go for the Brave Bird. Just goes for the U-turn. Arboliva staying in. Setting up the grassy terrain with the Seed Sower ability. Is she gonna go into Rotom? Hyper Voice. Not doing much again behind the light screen. So the Dragapults are... Ooh, a big critical hit. Wow, I was gonna say they're doing well, kind of. This Arboliva just not letting PSG get a lot of value from their screens, and then that critical hit knocking out Rotom-Mow. So this Arboliva's been doing work. And now with the knockoff, we'll finally finish it off. Ooh, and we see a Cobra Berry, so that'll help it to survive an attack from Staraptor, probably why it ended up staying in there. Now, Dragapults do have 3 Pokemon that are immune to the spikes, so it doesn't affect them as much as PSG would want. There should still be a couple more turns of these screens. Rotom comes in. Could just be going for an attack. Could be going for Will-O-Wisp. Other than Garganacl, whose Purifying Salt ability stops it from getting status. PSG's team is pretty weak to burn. There's the knockoff. Huge damage. Taking the Chople Berry. Okay, so a lot of resist berries for the Dragapults. Rotom did get a nasty plot off. Going with the Shadow Sneak. Sucker Punch would have been slightly stronger, but it's still enough to get the knockout. With the Life Orb. And now both the Light Screen and Reflect are gone. The grassy terrain leaves as well. So again, PSG kind of just keeping this even with both of with its screens turned. So Dragapults maneuvered that well. That big damage, though, from the Shadow Sneak. Getting the knockout on Rotom. Definitely not what the Dragapults wanted to see. They probably could have tried to go for an attack. Kingambit's going to come in. That makes a lot more sense. I'm actually surprised they didn't bring Kingambit in initially, because Banette's not going to want to have to deal with a Sucker Punch or anything like... Banette doesn't have anything that can do damage to Kingambit here, right? It's all Dark and Ghost moves. Banette does get access to, ooh, gets the knockoff. Weakness policy, interesting. Goes for the Iron Head. I'm not sure. Don't know why the weakness policy. Because if you're going to get hit with a fighting attack, which is mostly what PSG is going to have, like, you're not going to survive that to utilize the weakness policy. Now Iron Hands comes out. Gonna get an attack raise. Banette can learn a Drain Punch, was what I was gonna say for Kingambit. Surprised it didn't just try to Sucker Punch, but maybe it thought the switch out was pretty obvious. But if you're predicting the switch out, I would have just Swords Dance. Ooh, has Protect. I mean, what else do you think this guy's gonna go for? Gonna just stay with the Ice Punch, or with the Drain Punch. I would have maybe swapped up and gone with the Ice Punch to predict the Salamence coming in. Salamence should get the Intimidate off. Ooh, not Intimidate. It's gonna actually be Moxie, it looks like. So that's big for Iron Hands. Salamence probably going to have to Terrastalize here. Does Iron Hands want to call it and go for another Drain Punch? Let's see. Should probably be Terra Steel on the Salamence. But how much will an Earthquake do here? Like, I don't think a Salamence Earthquake, unless they're like either Choice Band or Life Orb, is gonna do enough here. Just goes for the Earthquake, doesn't even Terastallize. It was Life Orb, so that would have been 2 KO, but now the Ice Punch gonna get the knockout. So PSG in pretty firm control now. They've evened it up 3-3, but Iron Hands is very well against all these other Pokemon here. Lycanroc could have Play Rough. I do believe it gets access to that. There is the Lycanroc. Let's see if they have the Play Rough, or maybe they have the Zen Headbutt. Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs is the choice. The weakest of all the choices, but is the choice that they chose. That does get the knockout, though, onto Iron Hands. Now Staraptor's going to come out, and it's going to be able to just click some close combats. Is Lycanroc banded here? This might be a Delibird sack. Delibird dies. Not even Focus Sash on the Delibird. So, like, this Delibird is beyond useless. Like, at least have it be Focus Sash so that when you do get it in cleanly, you can set up a spike or something. Or get off a Rapid Spin. Like, not even having the Focus Sash. Lycanroc's gonna come back out. Accelerock is pretty obvious here. The Raptor does have the defense drop. Oh, the Dragapults are going to Terastallize as well, so they're using their Terastallization here. Where are they going for? Going for fighting. I don't see them surviving this close combat, though. Yeah, that was... The Dragapults have just really thrown this game away here in these last couple turns. Kingambit now. I mean, you really just have to go for the Sucker Punch. I don't understand the point of Protect on this set. Right, he finally does a correct play, but it could be too late here. So Garganacl will be able to get off enough damage here. Or will Kingambit, with its Iron Heads, be able to break through? Goes for Terra Fairy, which I guess, like, okay, you might as well, so you at least resist any dark attacks, but he's only going for Iron Head here. If he doesn't go for Iron Head, then there's nothing else to say. Again, goes for Protect. Don't understand why. I just don't know why Protect is on this set. Assault Cure, though, is going to be able to get a 2-hit KO, I do believe. See, the Salt Crystal is doing big damage here. And now Garganacl is going to be able to protect and let its salt damage do the rest. And the Salt Cure knocking out Kingambit. Definitely the Dragapults could have won this, right? Like, all they had to do was... They had several turns, but if they had just clicked a Cell Rock with the Lycanroc, they would have won. But that's game one. We'll have to see if they can tighten up those mental errors going into game two, or if PSG will now be able to refine their strategy and win by a larger margin. Alright, game number 2 underway. Let's see if the Dragapults can push this to a game 3. I definitely think they could have won fairly easily in that last one. Just trying to do too much into their opponent there, trying to predict too much when they should just be attacking. We see Salamence as the lead here. We'll definitely be trying to get up some Dragon Dances, perhaps. Confirm the Klefki. Klefki thinking about going Terra Dark. I don't know. Ooh. What is the sauce behind this one? Klefki going for the Terra Dark. So now they're not immune to the dragon moves, though. Klefki is gonna go for Dazzling Gleam. How much will this do to Salamence? Does some really nice damage. I'm kind of shocked by that, not gonna lie, how much damage that did. I still don't know why they Terra Dark, but alright, now we're gonna see the Terra Steel. Might be a little too late for that. Oh, Terra Fairy. Okay, make yourself resistant to the fighting moves, I suppose. Here's the Dragon Claw. Not enough for the knockout, though. We do see the Life Orb. Will the Dazzling Gleam be enough here to get the knockout? No, just barely able to survive, but it looks like the Life Orb might get the last knockout here. Oh, gonna hard swap out. Interesting. Klefki can just get a light screen up, or they're gonna swap out perhaps. Going into Iron Hands. Getting that booster energy. Iron Head not doing much to the electric Iron Hands. Dragapult's going to swap out again here. Going into Delibird. He's going to get knocked out. I do think we're already seeing the swift end to the Dragapults here. Iron Hands very strong into the Dragapults team. Lycanroc's going to be the choice. Maybe just looking to get as much damage off as they can. But Iron Hand's going to get so much back with another Drain Punch. See all the fighting weaknesses here on the Dragapults team now that they've added Lycanroc and Rotom. They got rid of Rapska, which was a 4 times immunity. So the Psychic Fangs does break the Reflect, but the Drain Punch healing back Iron Hands and knocking out Lycanroc. So the Reflect is gone. Salamence can try to get off an Earthquake here, but it will most likely die to that Life Orb recoil. Salamence comes back out. There's the Earthquake. Will it be enough to knock out Iron Hand? No, Iron Hand's just barely hanging on. And it does look like the Life Orb gets its own knockout with the recoil here. Rotom's Discharge finally knocking out Iron Hands, but Iron Hands doing its work. Garganacl's gonna come in. Forcing the switch out of the Dragapults into Arboliva. Gonna gets the Salt Cure. Rocking that Seed Sower. Salt Cure chipping away. Big Leaf Storm knocking out Garganacl. Dragapults trying to climb back in this. They do knock out two big threats, but Staraptor can come in and pick up a KO easily with close combat. Arboliva swapping out. Goes into Rotom, so they value Arboliva more over Ooh, there is the Chople Berry, though. I don't think this will matter because the Staraptor is most likely Scarf. Probably should have sacrificed the Arboliva and then brought in the Rotom after to be able to survive the Chople Berry. Because as you see, the Rotom just dies here. And I do prefer Rotom over the Arboliva based on what Blizzard has the potential to do here. So, Rotom goes down. Kingambit's gonna come out. Gotta click that Sucker Punch if it clicks anything else. Kingambit can bring this back. Rotom might be able to survive against it. They could also go out into Klefki and get up a Reflect to help them. They are going to go into Klefki. Okay, Kingambit goes for the Protect again. We have so many games going to time this season, and I just don't understand the point of the Reflect on a set like this. Like, what if that was Swords Dance? What if you just get off a Swords Dance there? Like, if you... Either he stays in, then whatever, but... Kingambit does get the knockout on Klefki, though. Gonna see Staraptor come in. Man, I don't know. Is the Sucker Punch gonna be able to get a knockout here? Again, like you know what it's going for. It's not going to do anything else. It's Choice Scarf. There's a Sucker Punch. No, it does like nothing. Wow. That was the weakest Sucker Punch I've ever seen. Are you sure that this Kingambit is legit? And that was with Fallen 4. That's going to leave just Arboliva, who is going to die to this close combat, and PSG. Taking a close one, but honestly, I mean, Driftveil just kind of gift wrapped it. And PSG picks up their first win of the season. Have to see if they can build on that. Garganacl not doing too much here. Able to survive an Iron Head though from Kingambit, so we'll see how they do later in the season. As always, thanks for watching. Stay classy, society.